our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me, call me, call me, call me, call me. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Lean On Me by Bill Withers. Incredible tune on so many different levels. I'm going to give you a few different takes on it. We're going to look at a fairly easy kind of beginner version, just using C, F and G chords. We'll look at that first of all. Then we'll get into a little bit emulating the piano part on the guitar. So you get into all of this stuff, which is a little trickier. It's not super hard. Really good way of learning your triads if you're getting into learning your triad shapes. So we'll have a look at that as well. So I'm gradually kind of going to start simple and go into more and more detail as we go along. The chord progression is pretty much the same between the verses and the choruses. So that's one nice thing about having the triads, is that you can play the kind of fingerstyle-y bit on the verses and then start strumming it for the choruses, and then the muted thing for the bridge. So it gives you those kind of differentiation between the different sections, which I think really helps for somebody listening to the song. Anyway, let's get to a close-up and check it out. Okay, chords for the intro. We start with a C. C, da da ba F, da 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 C, da 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 E minor to G, C, da 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 F, da 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 C, da 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 G to C. Now that's the chord progression all of the way through. I'm using an E minor there. When I do the slightly more advanced version, I substitute it for a G6, which is very similar notes. I think most times if beginners are kind of playing the chordy part, usually sounds a bit better to go for the E minor chord there. So I'd recommend just starting off with it real simple like that, just sticking with very, very easy strumming, making sure you can do it. Like as I said, it's the same chord sequence there for the chorus as well. So let me play that through again for a verse and a chorus so you can see how it all fits together. So starting on the C, 2, 3, 4, C. Sometimes in our F, we all have C. We all have E minor to G, but C. If we are F, we know that C, there's always a G to C. Lean on C when you're not F, and I'll be your C. I'll help you E minor to G, C. It won't be F till I'm gonna see somebody to G to C. As you can hear, the verse and the chorus are exactly the same chords, but that doesn't mean you should play them the same way. If you strum it the same way all of the way through, it's going to get pretty boring to the listener. So one thing I'd encourage you to do is to explore different options for the different sections. Obviously, the bridge coming up is going to be mainly kind of rhythmic hitting. You're going to be relying on the groove more than chords, but you should experiment with some different approaches. Even if you don't want to do the fancy piano emulation fingerstyle, you could try something just simple like having the thumb 1, 2 and 3 and then 1. So thumb, first finger, 2 and 3, first finger. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. Now obviously I'm strumming. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. You can totally experiment here. We're copying a piano part, so there's no set guitar thing that you should be following. If you've just done it fingerstyle, you're going to be strumming with your first finger. But there are lots of different approaches to strumming. Finger strumming, you can be using like a if you want to get a bit more of a kind of a groove on. Personally, I prefer the finger strumming as a variation away from doing the piano emulation thing. Really kind of gives a bit of contrast there. But again, I'd encourage you to experiment and do what you can. If you're in the early guitar days, maybe you're just going to stick to like an old faithful strumming pattern. That will work too. Maybe not quite as well. All downs will always work for the strumming. So lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on. Just kind of drives it along nicely, going back to please swallow your pride. You can hear that it really drops the volume down there, which I think is really valuable. I'm going to talk about the bridge now again, because obviously even beginners are going to have to deal with that. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. That's mostly vocal, right? But you don't want to just completely stop. So I'd recommend having this. Now, what I was doing, what I feel good doing, is keeping the pulse, but experimenting with different rhythm grooves over the top while I'm singing. I'm trying to find things that kind of complement my singing a little bit. Again, on the original recording, it's not just like it's not just playing the beat, but you might find that's what you need to do at the beginning. If you're first learning this, you'll be doing, just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Then you might go, and might have a problem that you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean So you can really experiment there a little bit. Of course, you need to be in time, especially if people are singing along. You don't want it to go too crazy, right? Usually people are playing and singing at the same time. So just be aware of that. Trying to keep, if you are going to go off-piste a little bit, just make sure you keep your foot going so you know where the beat is and that you're feeling confident with the groove. Because if you go too wonky with it, it'll start to sound pretty bad for the listener. So after the bridge, it plays the chorus again, then back to the bridge. Then there's another verse. And then it goes into the "If You Just Call Me," which is very long on the original recording. I always tend to shorten it up, but the very last verse is to G to C, ba ba to G to C, la da 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 me. And depending on how many backing singers you've got, you might want to experiment with the arrangement there, or experiment yourself and see if you can find some other cool ways to play it. So there's the simple one. Although, even though it's the simple one, I'd probably still go for strumming in the choruses. Just again, because if we're doing the piano emulation in the verses and then the big strumming in the chorus and then the muted thing in the bridge, it's a really, really nice arrangement. So actually the only bit I really need to go through carefully now is how to play that little piano emulation. So let's do that. I've just torn a nail, which you probably heard, just ouchie, ouchie, it's gone right down. I hate that. Right in the middle of a lesson too. Come on, don't do that to me. That wasn't very pleasant, but I think I can manage to get going through here. So anyway, let me just take you through that nice and slow now. So. Okay, so what we're actually looking for, the C chord, we're playing thumb on the bass note and fingers 1, 2 and 3 on the D, G and B strings of our C chord. Then we play just those strings 2, 3 and 4 again. Now this, I guess, is a D minor. This is third finger on the third fret of the fourth string, second finger, second fret on the third string, little finger, third fret on the second string. Then that moves up 2 frets, which is an E minor triad. Then we've got an F, first fret on the thinnest 2 strings of the second fret there. You should all be familiar with that F chord, right? And then I'm grabbing the bass with the thumb there, which might be a little bit tricky. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and... So it's just going up and down, really. But playing that means I can't really get that low bass note, but there I can. So C, C, D minor, E minor, F, F, E minor, D minor, C, C, D minor, E minor, G6, G9. So this is really E minor to... Now this is going to be a bit awkward for some of you all. To play and have the thumb over playing that G note while you're playing that. It's a G9 chord, technically. You might find, because these 3 notes are the same as the open strings, so you could technically go. I feel like it gives me the better feeling than having those open strings kind of doesn't seem to work well for me. So C, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and... So this is going straight to G. open strings 2, 3 and 4, bass note to C. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. So that's the basic idea. Now, obviously I'm not playing exactly that. And to be honest, I seem to be playing it slightly different every single time. So I'm struggling a little bit to remember exactly what I did for my little intro playthrough. What I'd encourage you to do is to explore this as a basic idea, because again, the original recording is pretty sparse on the piano. If you feel like adding some more notes in, then you definitely can, as long as you stay in time, obviously. So you might like to try something, I don't know, change the end there just a little bit again, but depends on the kind of the vibe that you're going for. You might be after a little bit more I just thought about adding that little backbeat in there. So it's one of these songs where there's really a lot of different approaches to it, and because it's a piano tune, this is just an arrangement. I'm trying to give you a bit of an idea. It'd be really great for you to come up with your own way of playing it, explore it. There's a lot to be learned in the process of exploring something like this, where you're given a shell and you go, okay, well, how am I going to adapt it to make it my own version? I think that's a really strong thing to do. Obviously, there's a few tricky bits there with the thumb over for the G9 part, which you could just leave the bass out, actually, by the way, just so if you find that a real struggle, just to be going... You cannot just not have the bass note. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. You can get sometimes you'll find that the bass note isn't absolutely necessary. I do like the sound of it if you can reach it. At least that's my arrangement and that's how I like it, but you might like it slightly different, and that is absolutely a-okay. Really hope you enjoyed this one. I think it's a beautiful song. Great one to experiment with, a great one for learning a practical application of triad grips on strings 2, 3 and 4, and then a little bit on string 1. Yeah, have some fun with it, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. You have yourself an absolutely fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.